What's up guys, hope you guys are good, hope you guys are well. My name is tumiwmj and thank you so much for joining me for today's video right here on my channel. Today is Sunday and it is a day I'm very excited about particularly. So I'm on my way to Durban for the first time in a while. I am going to the BA Summit, the Southern African BA Summit 2024. Very excited. I went to the summit for the first time last year and learned so much. Actually vlogged the whole process, but you know me and editing and taking my time and so we never actually really got to, you guys never actually got to see that vlog because it was too late. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm taking my laptop with me, so I'm going to be editing on the go and I'm just going to be making sure that I'm churning these things out. Very excited about it, looking forward to it. And the surprise about the whole thing is that I'm a speaker at this year's conference, and really excited about that. I'm going to be talking about you guys have probably seen it already on my social media platforms if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, go here now and go follow me because it is the right thing to do. And if you haven't liked, comment, subscribed, do all of those things now as we get ready to leave, and I will check you guys in the next frame.
You come man, I know go move till you come man. Me I go there when you come man, but I go run if you come man. Hey, I forgot about you, come man. Yeah, in my eyes I know you before. You be my desire, now you dey find my fire. Tell nobody till December, now you be my sustainer. So many times I wonder why. Like why did you choose me? And why would you care about my life? About my life, Lord. And now I know that you love me, yeah. And I'm sure that I know that you called me. And out of the many others you saw me, you chose me, you chose me. I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. Oh, I'm chosen. Yeah, I'm chosen. Sweet Holy Spirit, you are the one that lives in me, that lives in me. You are the power. Your presence in here is all I need, is all I need. And I will go to the world all around me, yeah. And I will show them the love that you've shown me, oh. You needed someone to reach the world, and you called me, Lord. You chose me, yeah.
So I actually just realized that I'm not doing too much talking, and I don't know why. I guess I'm also nervous over everything else. Over everything else. It's not the lighting. Even this one is really not what I want. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about South African Airways anymore. I don't know how I feel about it. Just arrived, going to pick up my luggage and then going to get the car and then Yes. It's currently 23:50 something and I'm just tired. I'm going to just switch off the lights and sleep because yeah, it's gonna be a long week, so bracing up myself for that. I'm not even going to front or pretend gloomy weather really annoys me. I don't want to even lie. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to act mad. Weather, that's just, it annoys me so much. Looks like we'll settle for going to inside the gym because yeah, it's looking pretty sad out there. So I always complain about weather like this when I'm home, and it's the worst even when you're traveling because then you really don't want to do anything, you don't want to go anywhere. But we're here to do stuff, so we're gonna do that stuff. So I just got to the gym. I didn't want to go to the gateway one because I also don't want to bump into a lot of people. We are all staying at the AHA Hotel. We were all staying at the AHA Hotel because that's where the conference is happening. So we were clever and all just chose there. And I was very I was feeling nervous in very small stints, but now okay, I'm working differently because I don't want to slip. And this thing was, yeah, but yeah, okay, cool. So I'm just about to then go into the gym and then do that. Get ready. So I'm just quickly going to be doing a dry run with him, and once we're done I'll then go downstairs. The time is currently 9:02. So just yeah. Cool, so let's jump in quickly.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. All good.
Oh, good. Did you find something?
I only found something for tomorrow.
Be punchy. Don't stay on certain slides for too long because remember the audience as well. These are people who generally know and understand the expertise, right? Or the body of knowledge, if I can put it that way. They understand it. Your role is to implement or what is the public service, whatever the case may be, because that's your area of expertise. That's your specialization. That's what you do day to day. And that's the key takeout that they need to walk away with. That, oh, great, methodology is on, the thinking, yarona. So that's how it works in government space or in public service or whatever, because that's the essence of your message.
Yes, we just finished our call, Lilebo, and points on point in terms of what I should focus on and how I should deliver. And I think really coming back, I'm just going to then quickly go downstairs, and then coming back I'll then start implementing those things so that I can let them sink in. But really took them very much in terms of understanding what it is that I need to do. So yeah, my fit is really simple. I'm trying I actually realized that everything that I carried for this conference is navy, so all the tops are navy. So this is my current fit. This would have been nice to speak in, but I feel like it's too formal, you know. My tagline is the cool BA, so I need to look cool. So also realized I only brought the New Balance for this, so literally I'm balancing. Literally I'm balancing throughout the conference. Literally a balanced boy throughout the conference. So I'm thinking of wearing these ones now. I'm definitely wearing those tomorrow and wearing those ones on Wednesday. Those are the ones I was wearing when I came anyway. So they will be like my in transit shoes. Yeah, sure. I'm so nervous. I like yeah. I would be lying if I said I'm not nervous, because I am. The theme is Ignite, and the track is Igniting Transformation. So literally, love what it stands for. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with that. But nervous, son. Nervous. Nervous system. So I had to change rooms because the one I had previously was too close to the road. So I'm not a light sleeper, but it was very loud, so I was not able to really sleep well. So yeah. This is my fit, like I said. So I'm just going to leave. I got my speaker pack. Reading my bio. Reading my bio, I just hear my dad saying, remember, when you leave here, you represent the family. Good, thanks. How are you? Good.
To His Majesty the King. Thank you very much. I think we're all seated. How do we deal with change? And what are we talking about here? We're talking about the career shifts, the organizational goals, and adapting to digital transformation. How do you deal with that? Those are very important and core skills. And we're going to share what has worked for me personally to share your story so that people know who they're actually dealing with and how they came about. So managing career change it's very important because the career is changing, the career is shifting. When you're here, the goal
the title or the word business analyst, right? So when you are agile about it, you know that you are a business analyst, maybe because you've seen what does the BA box say about a business analyst. However, in your organization, you are not recognized as a business analyst. Again, looking at the agile methodology, you will be very fast. When you attempt to go into a course, you attempt to go into training, that has to do with transitioning into the role. Now what are you doing? You are starting to acquire knowledge, you are starting to acquire information about becoming a business analyst. And as this framework speaks to giving and receiving feedback more frequently, then you can ask your peers, you can ask maybe your line manager to say, I want to transition into this role. These are the key things that I've identified that I am currently doing in my role, which do apply to the business.
So I just came back from workshops and it was really nice. The one I chose, I knew it was going to be very enjoyable. Because I think I've heard the speakers before, especially in Lungi, and really good, really on the money. I'm getting ready for speaker dinner and I'm worried about my packing skills because I really didn't pack well. So I'm gonna go to the mall one more time and see what I can find. I was at H&M and the likes earlier and I didn't find anything. I just need something that's a bit warm, you know, because the weather outside. But I know it's not a glam, it's not a, they just said we must just look okay, but it's just a speaker dinner, and you know, for us to really get to know each other and talk about what it is that we do. If I really had a jacket, I would just put a jacket over this, because it wouldn't look too bad. But I don't even have like a jersey. That's how bad all of this is. Being back in the sunniest, hottest place I have ever seen. Yeah, no, it's bad. So I've reached that point in my weight loss where everything looks big. So this looks quite big, especially like here. Well, I'm not really used to baggy clothes, and then, you know, but I'm going to the speaker dinner. I don't want to wear fancy. Well, we're not wearing fancy, it's just really a dinner where we get to know each other and but this is how I look, this is my fit. I was very tempted to wear the shirt I was wearing today, but then I feel like everybody's seen me in that the whole day, so it would be nice to look a bit different. Also, I'm actually quite mad, I don't know at who, but I'm actually quite mad that like I really don't have clothes. I went to the stores and I really didn't find anything. You know, if I had gone to the stores and I found a couple of things, and you know, but I didn't find anything, and that's the annoying part. Well, I always say this, I hardly find clothes I like at the stores. I went to H&M, I went to Markham's, I even went to Edgar's. And I still didn't find anything I liked. So it's one of those things. I'm about to leave. I was just really waiting for this guy and he just got here, so let me go. I'm coming. This thing of being the life of the party, everybody's asking me, where are you? How far are you? Jimmy, life of the party,
Fly out the valley and the fire. Take her.
Apparently his government made more millionaires than any government. Yeah. No, but and that's why this area is very loyal to him. So even if he comes out tomorrow and says, I'm selling oranges, they are gonna buy them. They will stop going to food lovers and buy his money. It's his money. From the speaker dinner, and I don't want to stay too long, so it's currently like 10 minutes to 10. I was already feeling like let me not stay too long because I still have rehearsals. I'm a typical, I don't know what you call it, perfectionist when it comes to things like that. I need to rehearse the speech and rehearse it. I know that there are things that are gonna come as I'm going, but I want to make sure that I am as prepared as possible. So let's go. So I'm currently rehearsing for tomorrow, and I actually put the outfit on in terms of what exactly I'm going to wear. So this is what I'm going to be wearing tomorrow. Just navy on navy. And yeah, of course I'll have my watch. I'm not sure if I should wear a bracelet or if that's going to be disturbing me, but yeah, essentially this is my outfit. Like I've been telling you guys, I didn't carry a lot of warm stuff, so this is what I'm going to have on. I'm probably going to have one of my scents, and I don't know if I should put my glasses on. Yeah, so I think it's very important that I rehearse the whole thing, but over and above rehearsing the whole thing also, I must just make sure that I'm comfortable. This is going to be like a 15-minute standing time, so I must make sure that I'm comfortable standing in front of people the way I'd be looking. So to a certain extent, I'm honestly very comfortable. I'll put a belt on so that these pants don't fall. However, very comfortable. I didn't want this thing to be too loose or too tight, and I feel like it sits perfectly. So really just that allow me to have a lot of room. I don't have a blazer or anything, and I also didn't want to wear a blazer because then I would look too formal, but this is fine. So the government in Estonia was able to then also implement something like this, that way where it was able to streamline its processes, especially when it comes to service delivery by digital identity systems and blockchain technology. And this really did help them to streamline their services and reduce bureaucracy, which is one of my favorite things. You know, wherever we are able to reduce paper trail, I mean, we want to do that. We want to be able to do with this information. Let me give you a silly example. Every time we walk into a building, every time we walk into a building, the securities make us fill information out. How many of us actually put our real details on that on that book? My point exactly, and this is exactly what the Estonian government did, ensuring that that level of bureaucracy that is unnecessary is then removed. And this can only be done if a strategic business analyst is sitting in the room at the time where we're discussing this particular business process and are able to optimize it. South Africa is one of those countries that is known and globalization. So we know for a fact that South Africa has the ability to do some of these things. I'll give you two examples. How many of us have gone to Home Affairs recently and applied for a passport? I did not too long ago, and it took about 2 weeks. And my passport was in my hand. And I was ready to jet off to the world. Let's go to another example. How many of us currently are, not too long ago, we were also concluding the tax season, and how many of us did e-filing? Great. So we do have systems that are attempting to bring all of us to a certain space, and if that are to it, because it knows Tinzolo, knows her family structure, knows how many kids Tinzolo has, knows the location where Tinzolo lives, is able to recommend schools that are in her particular area based on where her child is. So it can actually remind her that Mishumo is starting school in 6 months and you still have not applied for her. Because this information already exists. Increasing a good communication between our systems is what can help us. Because the challenges that we have is fragmented implementation due to inadequate business analysis that takes place when these systems are being developed. Father Abraham just was I'm talking about. He's you always come through for me. Amazing, you always come through for me. Obina somo, ineme obina somo. Peace like a river in my soul. Peace like a river. So because of Jesus, Lord. Because of Jesus, Lord. Unlimited favor. You carry my matter for your head, oh. Ineme obina somo.
It is with joy you grow. So you made everything brand new, everything brand new. Butterflies in my say now they call me blessed. I said they call me blessed.
So I just finished getting ready. And this is my look for the day. Ooh, my badlani is showing, but listen, I'm not even phased. This is my look for the day. I already showed you guys the fit. I call myself the cool BA, so the coolest BA in town, so I think that becomes really problematic to always carry. But this is my fit. So it's day 1 of conference. Workshops were yesterday. Today is the actual conference, so come with me as we go to the Business Analysis Summit 2024. Let's go.
When I wake up in the morning, my life is full of peace. I know Jesus lives in me. I know the life I live. The life I live is not ordinary.
Stand up. Even that tall one at the back was the president of this chapter. They are all involved. They all take you to task. And we want that. Because in the very first IBA chapter, to win back-to-back chapter of the year awards, we cannot help but feel a little bit like the 2005 Kanye West. The 2005 Kanye West, during his acceptance speech, he says, and I quote, "Everybody wants to know what I'd do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know."
Before we're going up, before we bring him up, he's just going to play.
Did it work? Yeah? Thank you, Lenny. It's such a pleasure to be here. It's time for you to teach others as well. And so you can teach others as well. Come on, join me on stage, please. And you are going to learn how to do business analysis in 3 steps, and for that you need to raise them, right? So everybody standing. You get to get your specific data, what's going on, what are your business rules, so you understand what's going on. Perfect. You learn the first step. The second step is not very specific, it's somewhere like a vision, it's future state. So you look for the future, right? So you try to understand what are your goals, what are your objectives, the mission of your company, the vision, right? So you are having a vision. Perfect, you got the second step. The third step is when you leave from the current state to the future state and you find the gap, right? So there are different ways to leave from one step to another and you find the best one, right? What's the most valuable way to get it? It gets better with music, and so South Africa, let's go for the VA group. Current state. Future state.
Anywhere I find myself, I get younger. No matter what they shoot at me, I know they shake out. I see the younger.
Tsamayang re batla go rehetsa.
And I want
Let the music diffuse all attention. 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 I gotta testify.
1, 2. Yes, so we're looking at the place of business analysis in the public service space. And for someone like me who's been in the public service for a while, I may look young, but don't worry, it's because I'm a PA. So the need for transformation, siloed data and inefficiencies, agile and strategic transformation. One of the biggest challenges that we have seen is the creation of great systems that are not interlinked. And because they're not interlinked, it creates such a huge challenge. And instead of something being actually effective, it then becomes even more problematic than it actually was supposed to solve the problem. All right, so we're going to look at case studies and success stories and lessons learned. This is one of my favorite things to do because as a BA, we document lessons learned. And when looking at lessons learned, it's very important to look at what are those things that we can learn. There are a lot of methodologies that exist. We're talking PESTA, we're talking competitive as well as business intelligence that looks at both internal and external environments to make sure that what we have is usable. And when we're looking at the UK government as well as the Estonian government, they did something that was very remarkable because then they used technology. They used the agile methodologies as well as user-centric designs to ensure cross-departmental collaboration that then revolutionized their public service. And this is something that South Africa has also really tried to do. However, it is important in government transformation because we can ignite and sustain transformation, ensuring that service delivery is responsive, and not only that, but also efficient and citizen-focused. Because at the end of the day, we don't want solutions that are not going to be able to be used by the people they're meant for. We want our citizens to be able to use the systems that are given to them. And this would be done by transformational leadership, people who are able to come into this space and take leadership of what it is that we're trying to put on the table. We also want digital innovators, which are people like us. We want effective change managers, people who are able to see a change all the way from the beginning to the end, able to manage stakeholders, able to understand who is who and how to effectively manage them. I sit here and I know that with the transformational mindsets that we receive from conferences like this one, we are able to change the world. So why don't we start with South Africa? Why don't we start with the country where we currently live? Because over and above everything, we are already taxpayers. So that means we are paying for these services. I mean, in your municipality where you live, you pay rates and taxes. Imagine if you had a system that would be able to tell you that at this point in time, your children should be going to school. Because they already have this information. This information sits in a database somewhere at Home Affairs. So they are able to know how many kids you have. They're able to know how many kids you have, as well as where the kids are. So it is possible that we can lead this conversation. I personally believe that as business analysts, this is something that we can do. The mindset is there, the leadership is there, the innovation is there, and of course, the acumen is there. Through our business analysis activities, our change management capabilities, and the like. So today I want us to embrace the challenge. Today I want you sitting here to embrace the challenge, to say, yes, I'm that business analyst that can cause a change. I'm that business analyst that can make sure that these things happen. Today I want to admonish us. I want to encourage us to say it's time to fill those Z83 forms. How many of us know what Z83 forms are? Z83 forms are, you know, when you apply to a certain organization, there are processes, right? And the process that sits in the government space is that you need to fill a Z83 form. So if you don't have a Z83 form, you are probably not going to. Your application is going nowhere slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. So we can take questions quickly before then we round up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And you can scan the QR code to connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Ibu Matsiriso, and I'm the coolest BA in town. And in an era that is marked by rapid change and complex societal needs, traditional method of public service delivery fall short. This is why governments must adopt an agile and strategic approach to meet the evolving demands. I really thank you for coming to the talk, and let us connect on LinkedIn and let us keep the conversation going. Thank you so much. Okay. The stakeholder, that is the weather, literally came to play with us this morning. So it's currently 5:25 and I'm quickly going to go for the run, and prayer is gonna hit while I'm on the run, so I'm gonna find a nice cute spot somewhere to then continue praying and then come back. My goal is to be back by 6:30. Yeah, be back by 6:30 so I can pack and then get ready to check out and then go back home, because today we're going back home. It's been such a beautiful conference, it's been such a beautiful time here, nerves, everything going on, it's been beautiful. So get ready to leave. Last day of conference and I'm already dressed, ready to go. There's my BAFF t-shirt and my card or my name tag. I'm about to go. I am so late. I've been late into this whole week, but yeah, let's go.
Come in and just speak to the human element and share a little bit of resilience with you and a few tips for you on how to stay resilient if my clicker will go, which it's not. Can I maybe get another clicker? Or okay, cool. That's me. Hi. While we wait, so I'm going to talk to the human element around resilience, right? And for me, resilience is a big part of what we do and how we show up. So if you think about the spaces where you work, the ways in which you add value, the teams that you are working with, how are you showing up consistently in those different spaces? Thank you so much. There we go. And as I go throughout my presentation, I'm going to share a couple of things with you. A lot of the stuff you've probably heard already, it's in the back of your mind, and you're probably going to go, oh, I remember that, it was one of my New Year's resolutions, and I still haven't done it, okay? It's information, keep it in your back pocket. what I want to ask you to do is to choose your one thing, right? So we're talking about resilience from the perspective of mentorking, optimism, and grit. And so what I want you to do is, as I go throughout, choose your one thing from each section, right? So what is the one thing that you're going to do that's going to help you exercise better mentorking? What's the one thing that you're going to do that's going to help you be more optimistic? And what's the one thing that you're going to do that's going to help you have grit? And maybe you don't do it now because we're already into December vibes. By January, you're like, oh, I remember that lady said, this is how I'm going to start my year.
Wonderful talk from Fabrizio, wasn't it? Yeah. Like, opened our minds a little bit. I'm not going to be totally anti-AI, but I'm going to be a little bit like I feel it's a distraction. Okay? You know what they often say about sort of global events in the news, how that thing happens to sort of distract you from something else that's going on at the same time.
So, getting ready to now go home. The summit was absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the love. A lot of my friends have been sharing just how proud they are, and you guys don't understand just how much that means to me in terms of you always just coming and supporting me. And even in the little progress that I make, you guys really show me that you're always in my corner, and I'm grateful to God for you. I'm grateful that I've got people like you around me. So let me get going. The weather has opened up. The weather has opened up. I really wish that I was still here for another day or so, but I mean, it is what it is. Just then gonna go home and gonna get the week started. The unreliable weather here has started again. Anyway, so I just got to the airport and dropped the car off, so I'm just walking to the terminals and then sitting at the lounge a little bit and getting ready to go home.